Yo, good people. It's your homie HerbMan. Busting you back upside the head with another hot banger boogie. Please go tell somebody to go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. And if this is your first time tuning into the HerbMan Show, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms at Love HerbMan. All right, so I am your neighborhood holistic practitioner. I'm none other than your homie HerbMan. All right, we're coming live from South Africa, live on YouTube, live on TikTok. Get somewhere and get situated, because here we teach you how to heal yourself, but you cannot heal yourself unless you know thyself. So here on the HerbMan Show, we teach you about the human frame and the human design so that you guys can be well on your way to happiness, wholeness, and wellness, the three things that you so surely deserve. All right, so this is a free information station. You guys don't have to pay for anything that you hear here today. All you simply got to do is pay attention. How we do that on the HerbMan Show is by double tapping that screen and getting us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. All right, I'm going to work for my food. Hopefully you work for yours. Let's interact together and let's heal ourselves together. Okay, so what we like to do here, guys, is let you know there is no panacea product, but there is a panacea programming. Okay, and the programming that we try to teach all of you guys on TikTok and YouTube and all across the globe is that you can do this free medicine. Somebody put in the chat, free medicine. Okay, free medicine is available to you only if you're willing to commit and make it a personal responsibility to know thyself in a more deeper understanding. If you're willing to commit and know thyself and make that your personal responsibility to do that, then I promise you guys, man, nothing but the best of life. Okay, so this stuff is not myth, it's not hypothetical, it's not a farce. This stuff is real. Okay, and the thing is that nothing really wants to see you whole. Okay, and that's just the bottom line to it. Really, nothing wants to see you whole. All right, but it is your purpose, it is your ability, it is your job to seek that wholeness out despite the environmental stimuli that is going to create the stumbling blocks in your life. Okay, and see, and what we teach you guys yesterday about heart coherence and where the marriage is actually performed at, when the higher self meets the lower self, when the masculine meets the feminine. Okay, when the left brain meets the right brain, it's in the heart. Okay, and so Jesus represents that meeting. Okay, and so what you're understanding is that these people are not real, but they are real principles, not real people, real principles is what we're getting to you to understand. And so what happens is that a lot of times you guys don't understand that you're so fragmented and that you're so dynamic in a sense that you got to know how everything works. Okay, and so what we're going to teach you today is that you can be in different seasons. You could be in different seasons with your heart, your mind, your spirit, your body, your emotions. All of these things could be in different seasons simultaneously, giving you a full life effect. Let me repeat that. All of these things can be in different seasons simultaneously, but they're giving you a whole life effect. They're giving you a whole life effect. And a lot of people don't know when they're in the winter or in the fall or when they're in the spring of life or in the summer of life. And so today we're going to talk about it. All right. I ain't got too much time with you, but the time that we're going to have with you, we're going to make sure that you understand exactly what we need to do. So therefore, when you understand direction, okay, so just look at this as a up the hill, on the top of the hill, going down the hill, and at the bottom of the hill. Okay, so you got going up, you got at the top. I'm gonna say at the peak. You got coming down, and you got at the bottom. Okay, you must understand that your going up is none other than spring. Okay, your going up is spring. So going up here is what we call spring. Okay, being at the peak is what you call summer. Okay, coming down is called fall. Being at the bottom is where winter is at. Okay. And this is the cycle of consciousness. This is the cycle of the soul. This is the cycle of the body. Each season represents a level of development, a type of lesson, and a quality of energy in your life. You guys keep tapping out, keep talking. Let's get us up to 100,000 likes. You keep tapping out, keep talking. Good morning, America. Okay? Think of it as this way. The breath of the Creator inside a human lifetime. And you'll understand that all these seasons means different things to your life. Okay? It means different things to your life. And so the winter can sometimes mean the inner working. Okay? The winter, when you're at the bottom, this could mean the inner work, right? So let me see if I got another pen here. So the inner work, right? The winter is going to be inner work. Spring is always going to be what? New beginnings. Even though I just messed up the word beginnings. Right? You got new beginnings here. All right. Summer is always going to be when you're flourishing, man. That's when everything is coming your way. You're flourishing here. All right. And then fall is going to be this readjustment period. So we like to call this transformative period. All right. You're adjusting. You came from learning something new to put it into practicality to now transforming because you're dropping into a different dimension. You're going from the left brain or the right brain to the left brain. You're going from the left brain to the right brain. What I'm saying to you is that you're crossing over. You see, this line is not there for no reason. This is the equator. So a lot of times when we're crossing over, now we're going from new beginnings and flourishing to transformation and inner work. These are two different things. One is about self, and then the other is about the outwardly self, and then the other one is about the inwardly self. So fall is always a transformative time in everybody's life because you're transforming from the physical to the spiritual. You're transforming from what I did for myself to as far as outwardly to what I'm doing inwardly. So you'll find that people that are in the spring and people that are in the summer, these are people that are ready and willing to get what come to them from the physical. They get a better look, a better style, better car, better house, better job, better everything in this time because it's all about the physical. But this time is all about the spiritual. So there must be a transformative process, and that season is called fall. Okay. And so now when you know, how do I know when I'm in the winter season, HerbMan? If you feel a pull toward your inward workings. Remember, this is in the inner work. Old identities are starting to dissolve. When your life get quiet and everything get to slowing down and things get to stripping down. Okay. Remember that winter is like desolation, isolation, right? Nothing is really going on in the winter like that. So everything is inner, not outer. You know, people are leaving your life. That's winter. Money and resources and energy is retracting. That's a winter thing. If you're in your healing and you're in your reflection and you're in your reconstructive phase, that's a winter phase. When your body wants to ground and warm, when it wants to conserve its energy, that's a winter phase. Okay? That's a winter phase. And spring is all about activation. It's all about your spirit and your direction changing and your inner light increasing. So spring is going to bring on the new ideas, the new creation, the new identity, the new relationships, the alignment, the curiosity, the creativity, the courage. All of these things come from spring. Okay. Now, the biggest thing is remember that there are different parts of you that can be in different seasons simultaneously. And that's what we want to talk to you guys about today. Now, when you're feeling that sense of renewal, when you're feeling that creativity is waking up inside of you, when opportunities are showing up in your life, when your energy started to return to you, when you feel pulled toward purpose, that's a spring type of thing. When you can feel a new chapter beginning in your life, that's a spring type of thing. When you have new clarity and a new fire within you, that's a spring type of thing. And so rise and begin again. New beginnings. Spring stuff. But the thing about it is, just don't look at this one tractate, because some parts of you may be in spring and you don't know it. And today, when we get to 100,000 likes, we're going to show you what those seasons of life look like. All of this is in your owner's manual, you guys. If you're interested in your owner's manual, please DM us and we'll get you that information. Right? So summertime is going to be your peak consciousness, the flourishing. That's when you're at your mastery. You're expansive. That's when you're at your you know, what we like to call it, that's when you're on fire. Full expression, leadership, responsibility, visibility, abundance. That's when you're magnetized, when you're in your summer. I tell people all the time, when you're in your summer, that's the best time of your life, because summer represents the light at full power and the soul at full expression. You guys keep tapping. I'll keep talking. Please get this information and go share it with your friends. It is literally the best information on the planet right now. Okay? The best information on the planet. Summer is going to be the season when you share your medicine, when you share your gifts, when you share your light, when you share your wisdom. That's when you're in summer. Okay? That's when you're in your summer season. How many of you think that you're in summer right now? Put some in the chat. See, signs that when you're in summer are going to be things that are like, again, you're going to master your craft. People are going to seek you for knowledge. It's when you're stepping into your influence. It's when money and energy are just flowing toward you. It's when you feel the fire of your destiny. It's when your life is no longer a trial, but it's an expression. Summer is the peak light of the human life. Summer is the peak light of the human life. Okay? So I want you guys to understand these seasons, because they're very important when you're moving on, to understand where I am in life. And the owner's manual is going to give you this information. Okay? Because the fall is going to be that transformative, that return season back to what the meaning of life is, that harvest of what you've already put out there. Fall is integration. It's distillation. It's simplicity. It's wisdom. And it's the return to the heart. Because the only time that you can return to the heart right here, if you look at this, this is 7 chakras. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So these are the 7 chakras. They don't go up and down. They don't go linear. They go cyclical. And so the 4th chakra, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the heart chakra. And the heart chakra fall in the fall season. In between Virgo and Libra is the heart. In between motherhood and relationship. In between parenting and relationship. Virgo is the Mother Mary. In between the birth and the relationship after the birth is this transition from singleness to togetherness, is what they're saying. Integration. Fall is where the soul evaluates, integrates, it teaches, it mentors, it recenters things, it lets go. It lives from peace. It lives from heart coherence. The center, the fall. All right. And I'm not saying that one season is better than the other. What I'm saying is you don't know what season you're in. And that's what we're trying to figure out today. When you're in fall season, sometimes you don't know, but you got to know you're no longer chasing things when you're in the fall season. Peace becomes the priority when you're in the fall season. You simplify your life when you're in the fall season. You focus on meaning, not achievement, when you're in the fall season. You pass on wisdom when you're in the fall season. You prepare for spiritual renewal when you're in the fall season. You feel complete when you're in that fall season, because again, you're transforming. And fall is the completion of something without the ending. Fall is the completion of something without the ending. Okay? So you must understand how this happens. Your soul is entering a season whenever life shifts. If your life is dismantling, dissolving, and emptying right now, and if you're in a deep descent and a healing kind of cycle, you're in the winter. Emotionally, we're talking about emotionally. How do I know that I'm emotionally in spring? If you feel this rebirth, if you feel inspired, if you feel called to go into a new direction, if purpose returns to you, if spirit rises in you, then you are emotionally in the spring season. How do I know when my emotions are in the summer? If you are in your mastery and you're expressive and you're creating, you're leading, you're shining, then your emotions is in the summer, baby. This is your most powerful time in your life. If your emotions is in fall, how do I know? If you're harvesting, if you're simplifying, if you're reducing, if you're integrating, if life feels like a return to the inward you, then you're emotionally going to be in the fall season. Okay? You're emotionally going to be in the fall season. So what you got to look at is, how do I know? What is the most accurate way for me to know what season I'm in, HerbMan? Thank you guys for asking. And again, going up is spring, at the peak is summer, okay? Coming down is fall, and at the bottom is winter, all right? So you're going up and down this throughout the day. This is just not happening. Just hold on. Whoa, let me put this. This ain't just happening in 90 days. This is happening every day around the clock. Okay? This is happening every day around the clock. Remember that spring is what? From 6 to 8 a.m. Okay? Summer, you're right here at 12 to 2 p.m. Okay? All right? When you hit this, you know, obviously the fall is going to be here, but the fall is going to be what? 6 to 8 p.m. here, and then this from 12 to 2 a.m. Okay, so this is happening, but this ain't just about a day like this. This is just about how your day going, period. You wake up, you get to the job, you start working, then next thing you know, you're about to get off. So you start to fall, things start to fall because now you're about to clock out. So from 6 to 8, that means that you're about to clock out. So from 2 to 6 is what? Fall in your Come on now. From 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. is the fall season of your life. Things start to fall off. You're about to get off. Your kids about to get out of school. You're about to get out of work. The agenda, the task, all that stuff is about to leave. The fall leaves. Leave. Okay? The leaves leave. So this is a time where things are going to leave. So how I know this? When you ask yourself, what is my life doing right now? If you're falling apart, then you're in winter. If you're being reborn, you're in spring. If you are expansive and expressive, you're in the summer. If you're simplifying and returning inwardly, then you're in the fall. Okay? What lessons am I repeating? If it's identity and safety, water, winter. Creativity and direction, spring. Mastery and expression, summer. Integration and peace, fall. Okay? If you're looking at what is my body asking for? What is my body asking for? Is it rest and warmth? Winter. Is it movement and exploration? Spring. Is it activity and leadership? Summer. Is it stillness and reflection? Winter. What is this? What seasons am I in? Okay. What seasons am I in? And to understand that we can be in different seasons at different times is a very, very unique understanding that we have to understand. Okay. We have to understand that. So spring is always going to be the season of becoming. It's the upward surge in your life force. Okay. Spring is always going to be that growth and development. This is where the new identity forms. This is where the new skills develop. This is where the new relationship emerge. This is where the new purpose shows up. This is where the curiosity expands. This is where your mind opens. This is where your spirit wakes up again. It's in the spring. This is the activation of the blueprint that you've carried since birth. It comes in the spring of your life. Okay? It comes in the spring of your life. This is where you're growing and developing who you really want to be. Okay? Is when you're growing and developing who you really want to be. The summer, when we're talking about the flourishing and the manifesting, this is the season of mastery. Visibly and full expression is what you're going to get. This is when your skills becomes your gifts. This is when your gifts become your offering. It's when you manifest and you get it right on time. When you shine publicly. It's when you lead, when you create, and when you teach. It's when you stand on purpose. You know, people like, I stand on business. That's summer. When you flourish in your identity, that's summer. Summer is where your spirit becomes formed. Is where it comes from spirit into matter. Is when you know you're in your power. Is when you know you're doing your thing. See, some of y'all already been did your thing, so you ain't summertime no more. Okay? But it's okay. Because again, there's different parts of us that can be in different seasons. And when we get to 100,000 likes, we're going to talk about those things. Fall is always going to be harvesting, transformation, the gathering season. This is when you're collecting the results of your efforts. It's when you gain wisdom from your experiences. That's when your identity, put it like this, it's when you identify with what works and what didn't. It's when you learn from your mistakes. It's when you start to simplify your path, when you start to refine your identity, is when you start to prepare your spirit for the next evolution. You charge transforming. So the fall season is a season of self-recognition. Okay? It's one of those things where you're saying, let me gather what I've learned and put it into practicality. Let me see the results of the experiences and put them into use for myself. That's the fall season of life. Okay? And winter is always going to be about the inner work. This is the season of stillness and conservation of energy and internal renewal. This is when your energy pulls inward, your body wants to heal. This is when the soul wants to rest. This is when your resources are conserved. This is when old identities start to dissolve and life starts to simplify when you're in the winter now. An inner transformation starts to begin and you prepare for the next rebirth. And that's why it's important to understand everlasting life and that this is the light path and the life path, so that you're understanding that we're following the path of the sun. And so this is what they call the these are the equinoxes, these are the solstices, right? And so you'll understand that equinoxes mean equal day and night. The solstices are going to mean when there's a little bit longer nights than days. Summertime when there's longer days than nights. But theoretically, it's equal. Okay? But you got to look at the ecliptic of the sun and the sun's path. And where the sun is going, you're also following that. And that's why the doctrine of religion has you following sons of God. Let's keep it moving. I don't want to go too far in that. Okay? I'm just telling y'all that. So we've always been following sons of the God. We've always been following the sun. Whether it was Akhenaten, whether it was Amun, whether it was Aten, okay? Whether it was whether it was Kepha, right? Whether it was any of these people names, it was sun patterns. And if you don't know the sun pattern, then I can teach you guys that. But the Aten, the Kepha, Amun, all of these are just times of the day that the sun was at. Okay? Times of the day. Okay? So now you got to understand that How do I know which season that I'm in right now? Is my life expanding or contracting? If it's expanding, you're probably in spring or summer. If it's contracting, you're probably in fall or winter. Is my energy rising or is it falling? If it's rising, I'm in spring. If it's at peak, I'm in summer. If it's softening, I'm fall. If it's going inward, I'm at winter. Okay? So you got to look at yourself and start asking yourself these things and understanding. And then when it's coming to your emotions, the same way. Do I got the curiosity and the newness about life? If so, that's the spring. Do I got the confidence and the power to do what I need to do? If so, you're in emotionally, you're going to be in summer. Emotionally, am I reflecting? Am I evaluating? Then that's going to be fall. Emotionally, am I getting still? Am I trying to heal? Then you're in the winter. Emotional, right? Now let's look at the soul. Where's your soul at the same time? Your soul behavior will tell you the season you're in as well. So are you learning? Are you training? Are you developing? That's spring. Are you manifesting? Are you shining? Are you building? That's summer. Are you harvesting? Are you simplifying? Are you letting go? That's fall. Are you resting? Are you conserving? Are you transforming? That's winter. So you got all of this stuff. Now here's the thing. Here's the trick to this, guys. Here's the trick to this. And I want you guys to keep tapping out, keep talking. Please keep tapping out, keep talking. I should have already been up to 100,000 right now. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. I should have already been there. It is raining in South Africa, so that's what you're hearing in the background. All right. But none of that should be able to stop us. YouTubers, I love you guys. I appreciate you for your love and support. If you guys got questions, put them in the chat. Okay. If you guys got questions, put them in the chat. Now, here's the key. The key to this is that you can be in different seasons simultaneously. Your career might be in the summer. Your relationships might be in the fall. Your spirit might be in the spring. But your body might be in the winter. And because humans are so multi-layered, this is information that you must know in order to understand thyself a little better. Okay? This is what you need to know to understand thyself better. We got any questions? I thought I saw a question right there. You got any questions? Why can't our brain tell us we forgot something, but never what we forgot? It's up to you to search for it. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you for you to search for it, right? So it can tell you forgot something, but it's up to you to be in the present moment. Anytime that you're forgetting anyway, it's because you're not in the present moment. So your subconscious was working. When your subconscious work, you forget all kinds of shit. You don't even know how you don't even remember how you drove home because your subconscious was working. So your subconscious is working for most of us. Our subconscious is doing about 70 to 80% of the job. And that's why they say you're only using 10% of your brain, because 90% of the time the subconscious is at work. But what do you do to be in the present moment? That's the consciousness. And that little 10% can change everything about you and your life and your family's life and everything that you want to do. Okay. You do not live in one season. You live in multiple seasons at once. Okay. And it's because different parts of you evolve at different speeds. Just how like nature can be cold at sunrise, but not be too hot. But by noon, it can be raining in one place and sunny in another. Right now, it's raining in South Africa. Is it raining where you at? But we still on one planet. Right now, at this moment, at 5:37 p.m., it's raining on Sunday. Is it raining where you at? So your internal landscape follows the natural cycle. Okay? It follows the natural cycles. So you got to understand that these things are meant for your good. But these layers do not change seasons at the same time. This is why life can feel confusing. Because one part of you is blooming while the other part of you is dying. While another part of you is resting. Yeah, we got to break this down a little more. Let me slow some of this noise up. Yes, sir. We got to break this down a little further. So I want to say that one more time for you guys to understand that this is why life can be confusing. Because one part of you can be blooming, while another part of you can be dying, while another part of you can be resting. Okay? And so your body may be in winter, even if your purpose is in the summertime. Okay? It definitely ain't no fake one. Somebody said a real storm. It's not a fake one. I mean, what the hell y'all talking about, man? Y'all come to the wrong show to talk crazy on the live, okay? I'm the realest man on social media. So please don't come over here talking crazy, right? There's nowhere in the hell I'm gonna did you see me leave the screen and tell the goddamn weather machine to come over here? So yes, it's real. Is your rain real is the question. South Africa rain real. Is American rain real? All right. So your body may be in winter, even though your purpose may be in the summer. Your body can be in winter. All right. So you'll feel tired. You'll want to rest. You'll need recovery. You'll want solitude. You'll need that warmth and that grounding. You'll need that healing. That's when your body is in winter. But when your body is in spring, you'll have more energy. You'll be more energetic. You'll be starting new habits. Hoping they good. You'll be repairing organs. You'll be renewing vitality. When your body is in the summer, man, you're at your top physical strength, high stamina, high metabolism. All this stuff is very good when you're in your summer because remember you're at your peak. But when your body is in fall, it's going to be wanting to simplify the diet. It may be wanting to slow down on certain things. It's going to want to release some of the inflammatory things that the body is doing. Your body's seasons is about energy levels, not success. Okay, your body's season is about energy levels. It's not about success. Right. So then we got the body. Right. So let's go ahead and move this out the way and write this down. You guys keep tapping. I'll keep talking. If you guys are interested in your owner's manual, please DM us and we will get you the information that you need. All right. So that was the body, right? So now let's talk about the emotion. All right. So the emotions have seasons as well. Okay. The emotions have seasons as well. All right. So your emotional heart can be in fall, even if your body is in summer. Okay. And so if your emotions is in the winter time of life, then that could feel like retreating. You feel like you want to retreat. You feel like you want to conserve. You feel like you want to heal some kind of trauma. You feel like you want to avoid all of the noise around you, and you just kind of want to you kind of want to get to self, right? That's because your emotions have become into the winter time. Okay. And your emotions also can come into spring, and you'll start feeling like opening up again. You started feeling hopeful about life and about where your direction your life is going into. You'll start being a little bit more trusting and start to rebuild trust with people. That's when your emotions is ready to come in with new things and new beginnings. When your emotions is in summer at the peak, then this is when you're at full connection. This is when you're at that joy state, that bliss state. This is when you got ultimate safety, and also you're very open at this particular time. All right. Now, when your emotions come down and they start coming down the hill and getting into that fall season, this can look like letting go. You just want to kind of let go of a lot of things that have happened. You're kind of detaching yourself from the old you, and you're formulating that new person, and you're going into that transformative state. Okay. And that's what it looks like when you're coming from. And then also, even with relationships, you start to reassess different relationships in your life. Okay, so the emotional season is about what your heart can handle. Okay, and then number 3 is going to be the mental. Okay, the mental, all right, the mind, all right. Your mind can be in spring or summer. Now understand that the body and the emotions could only be at one or the other, but the mind can be in a couple of places different from where you at. So the mind can be in spring or summer, fall or winter, even if your emotions are in a place, right? So let's say the mind being in winter, you can be coming down with brain fog, low clarity about the direction of your life. You be needing rest all the time. You're gathering insight quietly. Then those are significant understanding that your mental is in that particular winter season. Okay. Now, when the mind is in spring, obviously you're learning, you know what I'm saying? You're researching, you're curious about things about life, and ideas are coming alive. Now, if you look at some of the young people, you'll see where their mind is at. And that's why this is important video. You guys keep tapping out, keep talking, so that when you go back to YouTube and go back to record this, now you can start getting information. Start looking at your friends and your family. Start looking at your children and your spouse, and start to learn people and start to know thyself. When your mind is in summer, this is peak intelligence, problem solving at its finest, inspiration at an all-time high, and mental mastery that cannot be second to none. When your mind is in fall, this is when you're reviewing choices and you're reevaluating choices and you're reevaluating beliefs. And this is when you're organizing life and organizing the knowledge in which you receive. The mind has its own seasons independent from emotion. So it can be in a lot of different places, okay? And so the next one you got here, you guys keep tapping, I'll keep talking. You guys keep tapping, I will keep on talking, okay? The number 4 thing that you need to understand is purpose. Purpose has its own season. And your purpose can be in summer while your emotions are in winter. And when you got purpose in winter, you don't know direction. You lost. You're pausing. You're procrastinating. You're restructuring your identity when your purpose is in winter. When your purpose is in spring, new paths are appearing. New opportunities are coming. New clarity and new calling is at your fingertips. When purpose is in the summertime of life, you are manifesting it every which way. You are in your gifts. You ain't waiting until you're not developing them in the summer. You're developing them in the spring. You're using them in the summer. You are in them. You are flourishing. You are creating the impact. You're shining. You're very skillful. Okay? And when your purpose is in fall, this is when you are recalculating, harvesting. You're ending cycles. You're preparing for a new chapter in life. See, purpose follows soul timing, but purpose don't follow body or emotions. Okay? It doesn't follow that. 5th, we got the spiritual season. Spirit has a season. And so spirit is going to be your consciousness. Your spirit can be in summer while your body is exhausted in winter. And how do I know when my spirit is in winter? Is when your ego is dissolving. Is when your dark nights of the soul are starting to be a little bit more reoccurring. The identity death part of it, the killing of the flesh, comes in the winter. The deep inward transformation literally comes in the winter. When my spirit is in spring, I'm awakening. I'm full of insight. I'm full of clarity. I'm full of understanding. I'm full of new consciousness and new perspective. When my spirit is in summer, I'm high intuitively because I'm at my most high state. So I got high intuition, high discernment. I got high perception. I got heart coherence there. I got oneness because at the tip of this thing is going to be what? Cancer. And then what's the next sign? Leo of the heart. I got a oneness. I got a peace. And when my spirit is in fall, is when I'm integrating, when I'm understanding, when wisdom is being stored. See, your spiritual seasons rarely match your life seasons. And that's why I try to tell you guys that we're separated and fragmented. But it's all about, do you know these things about yourself? And we can do this stuff for you guys, okay? We can tell you what season of life you in, and we can give you all the information on all of these different subjects, okay? And last but not least, yes, we're going to tell you about your relationship. Uh-oh, I know y'all want to know that. I know y'all want to know this part, right? But your relationships can be in the fall while your career could be in the summer, okay? So relationships in winter, what does that look like? What do a relationship look like that's in the winter season? Isolation. Y'all are pulling back from each other. Y'all need some deep healing. And you guys are into this releasing attachments and addictions to one another. You guys are in that tearing apart. You're in that tearing away. That stripping down. When a relationship is in the spring, you get a new boo. New connections, new boo, new love, new tribe. Gonna allow you to open up your heart again. Okay? When your relationships is in the summertime of life, this is where you're at your best, right? It's harmony, it's support there. Okay? This is when your baby doing everything that they need to do. You know, they're providing you with that belonging, that community, all right, that love in full bloom comes when the relationship is in the summer. When the relationship is in the fall, there could be separations, evaluation, and you can start to close unhealthy cycles. Relationship seasons tend to obey the heart, not logic. Okay? And so the question is, why do these multiple seasons happen at once? And it's because each part of you is evolving at its own pace. Okay? Each part of you is evolving at its own pace, right? So everything is not the same. So body could be in winter because it's tired and wants to heal, while the mind can be in spring because it's learning new knowledge, while purpose can be in summer and your business is flourishing, but your spirit is in fall and you're integrating wisdom, but your emotions is in winter and you're processing trauma, while your relationships is in spring and you got new connections forming. So this person at one time with all of that different shit, at one time, listen to this very carefully. You guys keep tapping out, keep talking. If you guys are interested in the owner's manual, please DM us. It is the best nature-based intervention health assessment on the planet. I'm not only the president, I'm the client. When a person is experiencing all of that, what you just heard, that person is experiencing growth in their life. They're experiencing healing in their life. They're experiencing manifestation in their life. They're experiencing wisdom in their life. And they're experiencing renewal, but it's coming in different things. And guess what? It's happening all at the same time. But they're all in different seasons. Yes, sir. For the benefit of you. For the benefit of you. Okay? So let's do this again. The body is in summer. Okay, so let's do this. The body is in summer. All right, that means that you're healthy and strong. Ain't nothing wrong with you when it comes to your health. Your emotions is in the fall. Okay, emotions in the fall. You letting people go. You letting them go. Ain't nobody got time for you. If you are the leaves, leave. That's what you doing. Okay, your mind. Let's say your mind is in summer as well. Your body and your mind is in the same place. Okay? So a mind in summer, remember that you're thinking clearly. Remember, summer is the best of you. Thinking clearly. All right? Let's say your purpose is in spring. And I went down and I heard. So your purpose is finding new direction. All right? New things are emerging when it comes to your purpose. Right? And then your spirit is in the winter. Just so that we can have 4 seasons though, right? So your spirit is in winter. So you're going through some identity crisis, you're awakening and things like that to new things, right? But this person right here, just off of this person has felt what? Clear, strong, they're changing, they're growing, and they're breaking old patterns simultaneously. Okay, simultaneously. You can be in different places simultaneously. And once we get to 100K, I'm going to do y'all birthday, and I'm going to show y'all how this works. Because you're not one season. You're the landscape. You're not one season. You are the landscape. A mountain can have snow on the top of it, while you call that winter. But in that same mountain in the valley, it got flowers growing, and you'll call that spring. And then at the same time, across the way at the desert, is blazing heat. All in the same area. Humans are the same way. We are ecosystems. That's why environment is very important. And I teach you that. And in your owner's manual, that's what we are teaching you literally, how to change the environment in your life. Okay? Do you counsel? That's what I'm doing now. Yes, if you're looking for the owner's manual, that's what we counsel. The owner's manual is the consultation. Okay? The owner's manual is your consultation. All right? The owner's manual is your consultation. Yep. So you DM us, and then we'll be able to get you that information, okay? Okay. So the biggest question is, how do we make this become one, right? How do we synchronize all this information, okay? So you got to understand that synchronization does not mean that all seasons become the same. Okay? That's not what we're attempting to do. Okay. In this particular understanding, the synchronization of all of this, it basically means that all the moving parts are moving in one direction. Even if they are in different seasons, you want them to be moving in the same direction. Okay. So that's all we're looking for. You got to think of it like an orchestra. You know what I mean? The drums may be slow. The violins may be fast. The horns may be loud, and the flute may be soft. But when they follow the same conductor, they become one sound. And that's what we're trying to teach you about the owner's manual. Okay? And I can teach this so many different ways, but it's always going to come to the same thing. Okay? So the conductor inside of you is your heart. Okay? This is why everything and all the gurus and everything is talking about love. They're pulling you back into the heart coherence. Because when the heart becomes the central season, then all the other seasons will line up around it, just like your solar system and all the planets are lined up around the sun. Okay? So you must understand that the heart is where the synchronization will begin. All right? And remember, what starts this is the breathing. All right. So when you're looking at body, mind, emotions, purpose, spirit, relationships, and all that type of stuff, each step is going to correspond to a season. So when you're trying to slow your nervous system, that's winter. When you're trying to reopen your heart, that's the spring. When you're trying to direct the mind, that's the summer. When you're trying to integrate the spirit, that's the fall. Right? So when you're trying to synchronize your body through the spirit and you're trying to conserve, then you must understand what this looks like. Your body is always going to be like a metronome. Remember the heart coherence, the rhythm. So your body is the metronome. And if the body is in winter, okay, then it's going to need some warmth. It's going to need some slowness, some deep breathing. some grounding, some simplicity. I'm sorry. It's going to need some reduced stimulation because you're conserving your energy. Some reduced noise. So you must slow the body down first when you're in the winter, because the body needs to what? Reset its tempo for emotional safety, mental clarity, spiritual perception, intuitive intelligence, all got to come out of the winter season. Okay? So again, this is going to be done by breathing. If the body is running too fast and the mind is running faster, then you're going to tire out. And especially in winter season when you should be conserving your energy. And you'll realize that once you learn how to relax your body, then the whole system shifts into this sync. Okay? You guys keep tapping out, keep talking. All right? Next here is the emotions, is the spring. Your emotions are in spring. This is the exact moment to synchronize when you got your emotions ready for this new stuff. It's when the heart will unite with all the seasons doing one thing. So what you need to understand is that the heart coherence is when the heart opens and the mind stops overperforming. Is when the heart opens and the body stops underperforming. Is when your heart opens and your spirit stops hovering. Is when your heart opens, is when the purpose stops rushing you. Is when your heart is in coherence. Is when the relationships stop draining you. Okay? And I teach you all the time about how to open the heart. That's all in your owner's manual for that funky measly $50. That's what you guys can get. Please keep tapping, keep talking, and I'll keep talking. DM somebody if you're in the need. All right? This is what we're offering. So you open your heart with this gratitude that activates your vagus nerve. With this ability to understand how to breathe and have longer exhalations than inhalations through humming. Activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Thinking of someone or something that brings you peace can open up the heart. Gentle touch of yourself or somebody else touching you can open up the heart. Being present in the moment is also a way to open up the heart. They closing you, whatever you saying, babe, they shutting it down. When the heart opens, you guys, the system begins to sync instantly. All right? Instantaneously. The stuff that I'm teaching you is free medicine that works faster and better than the medicine, than the pills. Okay? The stuff that I'm teaching you right now on social media, I know I got about 100 or so people on here for their Sunday. What I'm teaching you is free medicine. Now, I'm not selling it to you for free, but you're going to produce it in your body for free, so you don't need me no more. This is a one-time deal. I'm going to give you all the herbs, all the foods, all of the information you need to heal yourself. You're no longer codependent. You're no longer codependent. And when you're able to synchronize your mind and give the mind one direction, that's when you got able to access the power, the supernatural powers. But right now, you guys, our mind is running in 1,000 different ways. And you can't run multiple cycles at once. You see? But the owner's manual, the herb system that we have, the cell salts, the cosmology, the psychologically, the psychology, the neuroscience that we're bringing, the Pleiadian system, the longevity, things that we're telling you about, the emotional states, all of this type of stuff is going to help you. Okay? The water knowledge, the energetics, all that stuff. The mind is doing too many things. But we can bring you down into a concentrated area to alleviate and free you of this microscopic look on everything, this being in the rat race instead of looking at it from a eagle's eye vantage point. So you got to look at this thing one way. Everything that you build must increase your heart coherence. Okay? Everything that you learn and teach, your environment must be incubating the person that you desire to be. Your surroundings must support the results, the life results that you want to be at. Okay? They must do that. Everything I teach must return people to wholeness. That's how I look at this thing. Okay? Everything I teach must return people back to wholeness. That's how I look at this thing. Because when the mind has one direction, one North Star, then all of the mental cycles that it could be on become one flame and not a wildfire. And that concentrated flame could be destructive or constructive. Because fire could deconstruct some old programming. But fire also, if you put metal and iron in fire, it can construct some of the strongest things known to man. So you can use fire constructive behavior or deconstructive behavior for your benefit. Okay? For your benefit. All right? And so the last but not least is this spiritual thing, man. You know, this spiritual thing we got to get in contact with, and we get that in your honest man, right? So if you're looking at what I need to release, you need to release the old roles. Let's put this down in. Let's see if I can make a list of these things. Okay, because regardless of what I told you, the fall is about letting go, releasing. Okay, so you need to release these old roles and identities that you've been programmed in. Okay, you need to release, what to release. These old roles that they put on your life, let them go. These old expectations that they put on your life, let them go. Remember, we're not our ancestors. We are the descendants. So that means that we're going to evolve what they did. So you're going to let go old spiritual dogma. Okay, that old dogma, evolve it. Old patterns, evolve it. Old emotional survival strategies, evolve it. Old definitions of success, release it, let it go. Old versions of yourself, let it go. And you'll realize that when you release, the spirit collects your scattered pieces and returns them back to the center. Okay? And returns it back to the center. So the real leader in this all is going to be your heart. Okay? The real leader in this all is going to be your heart. When you let your heart lead, the body slows down into a regulation. I'm sorry. When you let your heart lead, the mind focuses instead of scattering. When you let your heart lead, the purpose becomes intuitive. When you let your heart lead, the spirit can integrate into the matter. When you let your heart lead, relationships can rekindle and recalibrate. Heart coherence is the medicine. It's synchronization. A synchronization. That's what they call it, right? That's what they did. Okay? And we got to teach you guys how to get into this thing. And once we get to 100,000 likes, we're going to show you what this looks like with your birthday, okay? I don't need no blood test, no blood sample. We don't do no pricking, no prodding. We're not going to be no invasive, intrusive. I don't need that little bump on it. We don't need none of that. All we need is your birthday. The ancients used the time you came into the matrix. And that's what we use as well to evolve this system into one of the greatest systems on the planet. Okay? to evolve this system into one of the greatest systems on the planet. Note to self, let my heart lead. Yes, the heart coherence is everything, okay? Because here's the thing. If you're not vibing the way that you need to internally, then I don't give a damn if you're on medications or herbs or whatever they got you doing. It's not going to work because you ain't vibing with it. You know, like if you're scared of dying from cancer, even if you go into chemotherapy, they may not save your life. If you're scared of dying from high blood pressure and diabetes, they scare you into what? Taking a lifetime prescription, because the system works well when you are inefficient. The system works well when you are broken down. The system works well when you are not at your best, because that is going to open up consumerism. Okay, because when you're lacking, you need something, and when you need something, you're codependent, and when you're codependent, then you're a consumer, and when you're a consumer, then you're falling in lines to capitalism, right? You're making that 1% stay to 1%, and it's because of your ignorance of what you can do to alleviate a lot of your self issues. A lot of the things you got going on, you could get rid of them, but up under the programming, you're gonna always be dependent on somebody else to help you. Okay, so opening up the heart, opening up that heart coherence is the medicine. Because if I start to get at peace, you done messed up. And if the secret is to be at peace in the face of the storm, and that's producing free medicine in me, you done messed up. So what I want you guys to do, and I want y'all to put this in the chat right here. Put this in the chat. Put that in the chat real quick so everybody can see you guys. Put it in the chat. Free medicine. Free medicine. The free medicine. You're going to consume what you produce, and you're going to produce what you consume. You're going to consume what you produce, and you're going to produce what you consume. And you're no longer going to keep consuming externally. You're going to consume internally. You're no longer going to keep producing externally. You're going to produce internally. And the owner's manual is nothing but a guide. It serves as a guide to teach each and every living human being on the face of the planet how to produce and consume their own medicines. Because this is the free way. And I ain't talking about the freeway you driving down to go to your church. I'm talking about this is the freeway. Okay? Free medicine is the free way. Okay? Consume what you produce and produce what you consume. The owner's manual is teaching you how to produce your own free medicine. Oh my goodness, they're going to shut me down for this. Oh my goodness, they're going to kill HerbMan for this. I ain't never been scared. We're going to teach you guys that your body is producing free medicine that can heal you faster than the pill. And I'll drop all three of them on there. Peace. Keep tapping, I'll keep talking. Ain't nobody can keep on playing with y'all, boy. Not today. Yes, sir. You can't beat this information. I don't give a damn what you go scroll on. Ain't not now somebody on TikTok done told y'all they selling free medicine. That's a conundrum. How could you be selling free medicine? TikTok shop is for consumers. It's for people selling stuff. Why are you not selling your products, HerbMan? Because the person is priceless. And I'm selling the person back to themselves. And if I gave it you the price of you, you can't afford it. But that don't mean that this should be hidden knowledge and so sacred and so elite that nobody can get it because of the cost. No. Who's doing that? People need to access this information, and it needs to be accessible, it needs to be affordable, and it needs to be effective. And the owner's manual is the top of all three of those. Because when we're showing you about how to go outside for these little minutes that's in your owner's manual, and how to do your humming, and how to do your little movement, and how to do your little laughter, and how to do your little touch and crying. And when we show you the significance of outdoors and what it means to walk around some water and what it means to stand outside for a little bit and open up the window and get that sunlight and what it means to hum and rub the heart and the belly and all this stuff, you get instant relief. But what I'm looking at is that this is free medicine that's stronger and works faster than the pill. It's in your owner's manual. If you guys are interested in the owner's manual, DM us and we'll get you that information. Okay. So when you're looking at what we're teaching you guys and you're looking at what you got to do, the biggest thing that you have to make a decision on is, can you be committed? And do you see this as your personal responsibility? If you can be committed and you see this as your personal responsibility, then this is yours. You can do it and you'll extend your life and you'll get longevity. But if you see this as somebody else's responsibility and you're not that committed to understanding your seasons of life and understanding where you are in this paradigm, then guess what? Death is imminent for you, just like the most of us. So the decision is yours. But this is better than medicine because this is medicine. And food is medicine and medicine is food. And if it ain't that, then you shouldn't take it. Okay? Blair, you say you're interested, DM us and we'll get you the owner's manual, okay? If you guys are interested, DM us, we'll get you the owner's manual, all right? I do want to do some of you guys. I got about 45 minutes once we get to 100K. If you guys want to do the seasons of life, we can do that, okay? Once you get to 100K, if y'all want to do the seasons of life, we can do that. If you don't, that's fine. I don't really care. It's Sunday. I'm ready to get up off of here just like you. But at the end of the day, you guys, if you're looking for products that come out of one of the greatest systems on the planet, then go to www.loveherbman.com. All right. If you're looking for a lymphatic detox, we have that. If you're looking for high blood pressure medications, go there and type in Vitality Blend. If you're looking for blood sugar products, go there and type in Sugar Blend. If you're looking for cancer things, go there and type in Cancer Blends. If you're looking for arthritic things, go there and look at pain tea, joint pain tea. If you're looking for all kinds of other things, you guys, we customize most of this stuff, but none of it doesn't come from the system. Everything we produce comes from this system. Okay, so you're never going to duck and dodge this. Now, if you also looking to get a consultation, you can go to the email and type in email, because the owner's manual comes in an e-format. Okay, and that e-format is going to have all of the information that I've been teaching for the last few years. Okay, for the last few years, you guys. Any other questions? Great joining your program. Thank you, Fabulous. Thank you, Fabulous. Thank you, Fabulous. All right, let me check my YouTubers out over here. What's happening, y'all? How y'all doing on YouTube? Yeah, I gotta talk to my people, man. You know, these folk be looking crazy when you don't talk to. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How many people got issues? How many people that is actually in the middle of a crisis and definitely need to know a way out? Okay, if you're stuck in the middle of something right now and you just fervently need to know a way out, I want you to put me in the chat and come up on the chat. Okay, and come up on the chat, put me in the chat. If you are literally stuck in a situation and you're needing to figure out where you are, I want you to put me in the chat and come up on the live. Moderator, as soon as you see them, just bring them up. Okay, if you're literally stuck and you don't know what to do, put me in the chat. Let's come on up and talk. Look like we got a few people right there. Come on up if you're literally stuck. All right, let's see here. Pinky. Oh, there you go. Pinky, welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can I help you? Pinky? Did you unmute him? Pinky, can you hear us? We cannot hear you. Something wrong with your stuff, Pinky. So just hit us back. You got Noetic Nay there. You can bring them up as well. Noetic Nay, welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can I help you? Oh, y'all can hear, but yeah, I couldn't hear. So if I can't hear, I don't need to being up here if I can't hear. How can y'all hear? I'm not hearing. What's going on?
Yeah, I can't hear.
So bring Pinky back up.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Bring Pinky back up. Noetic Nay, what's happening? Welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can we help?
So for the longest time, I've had issues with my skin, and I've been on topical steroids and oral steroids for a very long time. I've decided that that's enough. I'm not supposed to live like that, so I've taken myself off of it. So of course, my body's in rebound right now because it's addicted to the steroids. I'm just suffering from a lot of dryness and flakiness and itchiness. So I'm trying to figure out how to get out of that because it's very, very difficult to deal with it.
Okay, so you got a lot of skin breakouts and things like that?
Yes.
Okay, so a lot of times with the skin breaks out, we're always going to allocate that to the emotions, right? So there's always going to be the water element. Now that water element is also going to allow us to understand where you got this buildup of mucus and stuff inside the body. So it looks like to me that you are accumulating a lot of mucus and it's coming out in different areas like rashes and skin eruptions and et cetera, et cetera. So what we need to do is first, we got to control the emotions, but secondly, we got to get a lymphatic flush, right? We got to get some of that excess mucus up out of you. Now, here's the thing that I do want to ask you. When you say about the dryness and things of that nature, are you drinking enough water?
Honestly, probably not. I tried to, but probably not.
Okay, so how we can do this is just give me your birthday. Let's look at your constitution. What's your birthday?
1/17/1990.
Okay, so 1/17/1990, right? So that's your manufacturing date. I like to call it your manufacturing number. Then you got your model number, which is 18. So that's going to be 9. And then 19 is going to be 1, basically. So when you're looking at 9 and 1, that's 10. So that's going to be a model number 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then your sun signs. Everybody on the planet has 2 sun signs. This is why I don't go to natal chart readers and astrologers, because they don't know anything about the 2 sun signs. The 2 sun signs is going to allow us to understand the alter ego of the person. So from 12/21 to 1/21, that's a Capricorn. So that's Earth. The flip side of you is the Cancer. That's the water. That's why you're having skin issues, because you're prone to that for the Cancer in you. Okay, but that's water. Right? And then the element is also Earth. So right here you got earth, water. So this automatically let me know that you have a propensity to be what? Cold and dry.
That's true.
You see that? And that's just off a birthday. So although you're going through it, I can know it by doing the system. So it's one thing for you to know what you're going through. It's another thing for me to know. Right? And so what people, when they come on here, they be like, yo, you ain't tell me nothing but what I know. Yes, but how I should know? I don't know you. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is that you're already coming into the paradigm with a propensity to go cold and dry. Well, guess what cold and dry is? Okay. Cold and dry to me means less fluid. Cold and dry to me means less fluid, right? So you already had this propensity to run cold or to run dry. Now, if you're running cold sometimes, that's when the mucus is going to come up. But when you ride dry sometimes, that's when it seems like you're dehydrated and you're itchy, you're scratchy, you're this and that and the third. Another thing, too, that this is showing me is that, so what do you need to fix this problem? The opposite of this. So you need to come in with hot and wet. So what's hot and wet? You need to eat more spicy foods, and you need to eat more juicy fruits and vegetables, more hydrating fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
So don't depend on water. Put it into everything. So I need to eat more spicy foods, and I need to eat more hydrating foods, and then that's gonna regulate and manage the cold and dryness that you have a tendency to run into.
Okay. Thank you.
That makes sense.
It does.
Did you
Very
get your
much,
owner's
because I am
manual?
cold and dry. I love staying in front of a space heater.
Did you get your owner's manual? Because I sure emailed it to you.
I did. I just looked at it this
Okay.
morning. So thank you
Okay.
very much.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So again, if you want to go through it, you hit me up, and then say I got you. I got you. I got you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Peace. Peace. Pinky, where you at?
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can I help?
Okay. I was saying good morning. So I usually watch, but I'm not sure where you at today, but I do need help with something.
Okay.
I think I have like a mental block. I know at one point in my earlier life, like in high school, like I just couldn't like get math. And now I'm at and then another stage in my life, I was able to do it really well. And now I'm like part in a career, but then I want to further my career. And the point where I'm at is like, I need math to go where I need to go. And I've been trying to study math right now, and I just can't get it. Like, I don't know why. Like, I get some parts of it, but I can't think in the way that I need to think to comprehend.
So you feel like you're having a mental blockage, right?
Yeah, I feel like I'm stuck. Like I just can't understand it.
How long has this been going on?
I just recently started going back to school early this year.
Uh-huh. And so earlier this year, that's when everything started, or it's been going on? I mean, how long have we been dealing with the mental blockage outside of you just trying to get into school?
So it's been like in my early years.
Uh-huh.
Okay. As a teenager, and then as a young adult.
Okay.
Then I was able to focus and get it done. But now, I don't know. I guess I'm not an older adult, but I don't know what I would say that I'm.
Okay, so look, let me ask you something.
But right now,
let's go down memory lane. The times that you just told me about, were you constipated, and are you constipated now? Are you going through constipation spurts?
I'm always constipated.
That's why you always got this damn mental blockage, woman. See, I ask my question straight up and straight out. I know exactly what to ask. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell you, because you've been having such a digestive problem throughout your years, then that's gonna eventually lead to the mental stuff. So you clean the gut, you clean the mind. You unclog the gut, you unfog the mind. Okay, if you're looking for a great detox, we can help you with that. You can go to the website and order the 21-day detox. But that's what it is. You got to get over this constipation issue that you're having periodically. I think it's got a lot to do with your hormones. And I think that when you get emotionally caught up into your menstrual cycles and all of that, that constipation hits you, and you just can't do nothing when you're in that setting. But you're going to have to make sure that you keep that gut free flowing in order to keep this going, okay?
Okay, that means I can't have a lot of carbs, because whenever I eat carbs, it just happens.
It's stopping you up, man.
So I only can eat vegetables and meat.
No, see, so the biggest thing is that you guys don't know how to fix y'all plate. And I argue with my wife over here. She's from Africa. I be on their ass over. I'm like, boy, for y'all to be healthier than us, y'all eating better than something. It's bad food combinations compared to what I know now, right? I wouldn't say that they were bad before, but because of what I know. So a lot of times when we eat a lot of carbs and a lot of meats together with no vegetables, that's going to clog you up. If a carbohydrate and a vegetable is a meal, Okay, the vegetable and the meat is the meal, but carbohydrates and a meat without a vegetable, you're looking for disaster.
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah, but I have
if
to
you eat
keep
a
a
lot of
low carb
fries and
diet.
meat, if you eat a lot of fries and meat, rice and meat, if you eat a lot of pasta and meat, that's just nothing but carbs and meat. And yes, it's going to clog you up. But if you're adding vegetables to that particular dynamic, and you're putting a pot of greens on that plate, and you're putting a pot of spinach and a pot of stuff that's going to make you go to the bathroom and move that food, then now you got a complete plate. But for most of us, we're only eating meat and potatoes and meat and pasta, meat and rice, and therefore you are headed down congestive highway. Okay. So again, get yourself unclogged and watch the brain fog go away. I promise you that.
Okay.
All right. Peace.
Thanks so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Who we got next
Hi,
over here?
HerbMan.
Hey, what's going on,
Hi,
Helen?
it's Helen.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm fine. I think I tapped into something because I've been hearing voices, and they're speaking a different language from me. I understand the language, but I don't speak it well because I grew up in Nigeria, so it's Yoruba language, and the voices are speaking that language to me, and I think I tapped into something that I don't even understand, and it's way bigger than me. I did not sleep for 5 days, and I was still, like, my eyes were still open. I think that I'm having like a really serious spiritual experience that I don't understand. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what to do. I don't know who is speaking in my head. I'm not schizophrenic. I'm not crazy. I'm just hearing like people are here. It's just not me, and I don't understand how they got in, what is happening.
Let me ask you something, Helen. Is this the first time you've had this experience, or have you been a vivid dreamer for most of your life?
I've been dreaming. I think I'm a dreamer. I think I am, but I don't remember my dreams. They're trying to disconnect me and my dream self. I think that's what's going on. Mm-hmm. They don't want my spirit to have like rest in my body. I don't understand why that is, who I am, and what they're trying to do with me or to do. I think it even has to do something with the government. I don't want to say it out loud because I don't really understand it much. Yeah. But
so
yes, I think that it's like going through something.
Yeah, I know what
that
it
is somewhat bigger than me. HerbMan, I don't know what to do.
It's not bigger than you. It's you. It's you. I mean, I deal with this all the time, and I'm not saying that your problem is less than the other people, but what I'm saying is that I know what you're talking about, and what I'm telling you is that, you know, my key word that you just said for me to know, for me to know exactly who you is when you say the government wants you. Okay, this is the cliche slogan for these types of mental episodes. I'm not going to call it an illness or any kind of thing like that. It's just an episode that you're going through. And when you feel like government is after you, then that's your tall tale indicator that you've reached some type of disassociation, and you've gotten too disconnected from reality. Because again, the thing is that why would government want you, Helen? What you doing over there? You building weapons of mass destruction? No, you're just a regular person, man.
I think they might be looking for a specific type.
Nah, sweetie, they don't. They don't. Nobody wants you. Nobody wants you but life. Life wants you. But what you got to understand is you got to come out of this anxiety, and you got to come out of this kind of this shell. You're putting a shell over yourself, and you're basically weirding yourself out because you think people think you're weird. I'm going to say this to you. You're weirding yourself out because you think people think you're weird. And so you're going with that narrative, and you're programming yourself to be this way. It's not reality. The reality is that you are a living being. You're very much in your right mind. Yes, you're having vivid dreams, but you got to know how to decode them. Everybody in your dreams is a symbol for something. It's symbolic of something. And just like reading the Bible, if you don't know how to decode what's going on in the Bible, you'll think the people are real, but they're not people, they're principles. The people in your dreams are not people, they're principles. Baby, you hear that? The people in your dreams are not. No, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to my wife, Helen. The people in your dream, cause she dream, cause she dream too, cause she's South African. You know, y'all African boy love to drink. But here's the thing: they're not people. They're principles. And you start to understand what grandmama, what principle is grandmama saying to me? What principle is mama coming into the dream defining? What principle is the keys in this scenario that I'm in my dream? That's the decoding. And when you start to look at them as principles, and you start to dig deep into what these persons and these personifications mean principally, then you'll start to make sure that you're understanding your dreams. Okay, but I love the gift. I think it's a gift. It's not nothing wrong. There have been oracles since the beginning of time come out of the female species. And we used to call on you guys 13, 14, 16, they never had sex with nobody, but you're in your little phase, and then we want you to tell King what's gonna happen because you're pure. And what I'm saying is that's a gift. It's not hellish, it's heavenly. It's not something that you should be embarrassed about. It's something that you should embrace and learn how to work it. See, right now though, you have no use because you don't know how to decode it. So it's driving you crazy and everybody around you. But when you start to hone in on this gift and start to learn how to decode it, it will help you out and help everybody else around you.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at it a different way.
What do you think about hearing the voices? I think that's one of my crazy. Like, it's just why am I hearing voices?
Because you're supposed to decode it. You're the one who got the gift. You don't know how to work your gift, Helen. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got this gift that you don't know how to work it, and it's driving you crazy. It is a gift.
Yeah.
It's a gift, and you need to learn how to decode your dreams. And when you learn how to decode them, you can help yourself and others around you. So now that I just told you that it's a gift, you got to look at the voice, look at what the voice is saying, who's saying the voice, and then look at what principle am I getting from this? What is the principle of this person and this voice trying to get me to understand? And whatever that principle is, they're wanting you to know it because it's either for you or for somebody in your vicinity. You're just a very subtle, you're a very vulnerable spirit. So they're going to come at you. You're vulnerable. But that's okay. You're sensitive, right? But if you can't get this down pat, this is going to make you look crazy all your life. And you're not crazy. You're gifted.
Yeah.
You see?
Thank you, HerbMan.
Yeah, you're not crazy. You're gifted. And I want you to see it that way. And when you start seeing it that way, then you're going to start doing the research. And next thing you know, you're going to be like, uh-oh, I think I know what I'm doing. And then, girl, you're going to be powerful with them dreams instead of being powerless. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I get it. Okay. Thank you.
Peace. All right, you have a good one. All right. Who we got next here? Queasy Bryce. Well, y'all coming on here with these hood names. Now I'm gonna mess you up. Come on, girl. Come on in here. Get off the mute. Miss Queasy Bryce. QB. QB in the building. Queensbridge. What's going on? Welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can we help you? Your mic is muted. Please unmute your mic. Can we unmute her? She probably don't know how to do it. Let me do it for her. You gotta unmute your mic. Nah, she muted it and don't know how to unmute it. You can come back on, and then when you get that done, okay? So you guys must understand that these are going to be the types of things that we run into in life, right? But remember that I told you that you cannot stop the environmental stimuli. There's nothing that we can do to stop sickness. There's nothing that we can do to stop the drama. There's nothing that we can do to stop the trauma until all of us get up under this collective consciousness. There's nothing that we can do as individuals to stop what is actually literally happening in today's environment. But what we can do is not try to get you to stop it, but it's how you respond to it. Okay? So if I teach you about a dog well enough, and you really know about a dog, then it don't matter what dog comes your way, it won't bite you. But it don't stop a dog from running up on you and barking. It don't stop a dog from wanting to bite you. It just builds you confidence to know about a dog, to know how to respond properly and not reactive. Don't run because you can't outrun a dog. Don't run, you can't outrun a bear. Don't run, you can't outrun the lion. So therefore, you must know the thing intelligent enough to know that your greatest thing you can't do to outdo it. So it got to be the greatest thing here. You got to outsmart the lion, outsmart the bear, outsmart the dog, but you can't outrun it. So therefore, now we know that sickness is going to come, but I can't outrun sickness. Financial issues can come because of the capitalistic world. So you can have some financial woes, but I can't outrun the financial woes, but I can outsmart them. And how do we outsmart these things is by knowing how to respond to them. That when I'm in my sickness, I maintain peace. Peace will heal me. That when I'm in my brokenness and impoverished phase and I maintain peace, peace will bring me the funds that I need. That when I'm in my lonely state, and I'm in my social anxiety, and I'm just socially awkward, but I do want something out of this particular experience, and I bring peace into that peace surpass all understanding and will bring me the belonging, the community, and the family that I deserve. But when you get that diagnosis, you're not at peace right now. When your boyfriend leave you, you ain't at peace. When the job fire you, you ain't at peace. When the kids don't come the way they should, you ain't at peace. They don't do what they want them to do, you ain't at peace. And so again, every time that you have this type of experience, a positive experience doesn't mean good and it doesn't mean great. A negative experience doesn't mean bad and it doesn't mean wrong. It just means an energy that particular stimuli brought. So you got left from your job. Let's say that's a positive energy. But when you got left from your job, you felt bad about the job and created the same energy that the job gave you. The job gave you some down energy, and then you integrated that down energy. And so both of you guys are producing the same energy. So this made you feel, this wanted to make you feel bad, and then you felt bad. So nothing will change. Nothing will change. Nothing will change when you give it the same energy. So anytime you start running into people nowadays talking about dating and I just match energy, please walk away from their motherfucking name. Anybody walk up to you talking about matching energy, walk away from them because they don't know nature. Matching energy ain't going, you're not the change I need in my life. You're not going to create change together. Okay? We're not going to create change together. If I put a battery in your car with 2 positives, will it crank up? If I put a battery in your phone with 2 positives, will it come on? If I put a battery in your child's toy with 2 positives on it, will it work? So these people are diagnosing you with cancer, knowing that that's going to make you feel bad. You then in return respond in the way that's needed to feel bad, and that don't create the change in your cancer diagnosis. You went in that hospital and got high blood pressure. That high blood pressure, they know is going to make you feel some kind of way, and then you let it make you feel that way. Oh, girl, they told me I got high blood pressure now. I got to take Losartan. They told me I got to take it now. They told me I got to take it for the rest of my life. Girl, I just don't know. So, they went in there and tried to worry you, and then you got worried. And so you create the same energy in which the diagnosis is. You create the same energy in which your financial situation is. You create the same energy in which your social life is. And that's why you're seeing no change. Because your ass is sitting over there lonely and thinking lonely, acting lonely, feeling lonely. Bitch, you're going to be lonely. You're over there feeling sick, acting sick, looking sick. Bitch, you're going to be sick. You're over there feeling broke, looking broke, acting broke. Your ass going to stay broke because you are producing nothing that changes your situation. Okay? And we're trying to teach you guys this at a subtle rate of how to understand nature and the elements of nature and understand alchemical marriage and understand how you can manipulate every day. You can manipulate every day to go your way if you just listen to what I'm teaching. Even though there's going to be rain, even though there's going to be lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, you can still manipulate that day. You can circumvent the rain. You can circumvent the lions, tigers, and bears because you're smart. So you're able to maneuver and circumvent these situations because you know you're looking at it from a topical view. You're not in the maze where everything is a surprise. You didn't know. Surprise, the lion behind the wall because you don't know the maze. But when you from a topical view, when you're from an eagle's eye vantage point, when you're from the 360-degree perspective that we're teaching you, okay, which is this right here, which you get in your owner's manual. Okay, when you got this right here, then you can start seeing where the lions, tigers, and bears are hiding at, and you can start to circumvent them to where they don't even bother you at all. A 360-degree view of life. Not a 45-degree view, not a 90-degree view. You know, that's what people get when they get degrees. Associate degree is a 45-degree angle of a subject. A bachelor's degree is an equivalent to a 90-degree angle. The right angle. The right angle is your bachelor's degree. You have a 90-degree angle, which ain't nothing but 2/4 of this circle, right? I mean, 1/4 of the circle. So you got this 90-degree angle as a bachelor about a subject. Well, you say, well, I have a master's degree. Okay, let's keep on doing geometry. What's next? You got 45-degree, you got 90-degree, and then what's next? Don't you got 120, 180-degree? So that's half as a master's degree or PhD or doctorates or whatever it is. You know half of a subject, but you still don't know every goddamn thing. That's why they call it a degree. This is a degree. This little circle on this number means a degree, a 360-degree angle or perspective about or light shed on a subject. So you go get a 45-degree angle of light shed on the subject, and they call it an associate's degree. You go get a 90-degree angle of light shed on the subject matter, they call you having a bachelor's. You go and get a 180-degree light shed on the subject, and they will call it a doctorate and doctrine or whatever else. But the master's is supposed to be this. Supposed to be. So we're getting you guys to understand the degrees of knowledge and the level in which you're getting coming from these people. And you think that they really know you when they don't have a 360-degree perspective. They will never know you. So you get to know thyself. Okay? And that's going to be the biggest thing for you to be able to do. Right? And so when you're looking at these seasons of life and trying to get this understanding, then that's what you do. Now we got 100K. So the first person to come up on the live, we're going to do you real quick. It's 6:46. So I'm only going to do one person because that's going to take me about 15 minutes. Okay. So if you come up on the live, give me a birthday. That's all I need. And let's get it done. Seasons of life. Okay. What's going on, Lil? You already know we back at it, baby. That's all we can do, man, is the mission. Put me in the chat. Come up on the live. Give me a birthday. Let's go. Put me in the chat. Put me in the birthday. Okay, we got Jazz 328. Let's go and bring Jazz 328 up. Jazz 328. Let's go ahead and bring you up. It don't look like you can come up, Jazz. You don't got enough viewers. So the next one that put me in the chat was Ancient Aquarius. All right, Ancient Aquarius, come on up. We only can do one, you guys, because I'm finna do the seasons of life, okay?
Yes, I'm right here.
Yes, what's happening? Welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can I help you? Hey, look, let me get your date of birth real quick.
2981. How you doing, by the way?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Tuning into my awakening for a couple of months now.
What was it now? To what?
2981. February the 9th, 1981.
2981.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I feel so happy.
Oh yeah, you won the lottery today, now.
Y'all surely did. I feel good.
You won the lottery today. And you know, them folk, they were trying to beat down the block. Oh, he gonna do it on the but you know,
yes.
I do it. I want y'all to come up because that's the only way I can read. Because everybody's gonna put it down in there. So the only way I can really do it is if you're willing to come up. You know what I mean? And
yes,
do it like that.
I'm at it right now.
All right, so this is what we got. So you are what's your name? The Angel Aquarius? That's what we calling you?
Yeah, but my real name is Zena. Don't matter. Zena is my real name.
Okay, Zena. Okay, all right. Well, welcome to the HerbMan show, Zena. We definitely appreciate you for coming up, being bold enough to do this. But I'm going to walk you through what we just came up with your birthday, and we're talking about seasons of life. This is not everything that you get in the owner's manual, but this is a part of it. Okay, this is a part of what you
Yes,
get.
I need to. Right? Yes.
So right now we're age 43, entering 44, Aquarius Sun, Life Path 3. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, the Life Path 3 is a creative communicator, right? So you're going to be a person that needs to find some kind of outlet, whether it be through arts and craft, whether it be through writing, whether it be through marketing, branding, social media. You got to find some creative way to communicate to people. So that is one of your breadwinner tactics. So if you wanted to look at what work you need to go into, anything to do with getting the word out and communicating and being sociable, I don't see you having a problem with that. Okay. All right. Now, so this
you're now breaking out of my fear into doing that.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. Oh, this going to help you a little bit more. Okay. So we've been teaching you guys about the 6 things, right? The body, the emotions, the spirit, and career, all that type of stuff. So your life pattern creates identity, reinvention, mastery, and liberation. Okay. And so I'm going to break down to you where your body is currently at. Your body is currently in winter. Your body.
Okay.
Your body's currently in winter. And so that means that you could be feeling some deep energy conservations, feeling like you just need to rest. You can be looking at some things that are going on with your cells and just trying to recalibrate your cells, your nervous system repair, adrenal recovery, detoxification phase. All of this stuff could be things, but a spring spark is showing up. Okay. So even though you're in a winter, you got this emergence of the spring part showing up when it comes to your body. Now, what that means is that your energy is starting to return. Okay. This also is going to be a time where your physical identity is going to be shifting. So that means that you might even be literally changing how you look physically.
What?
All right. There can be some new rhythms and new things coming in life that you desire to, involve and integrate into your life. And also, right now, you're fiending for some new routine. You're fiending for a new thing in life, right? This new routine, new hydration, new nutrition. You're kind of getting into this reset and this regenerative cycle, and that's going to be good because guess what? You got a strong comeback coming between 2025 and 2027.
Okay.
And I'm talking about a strong physical comeback, your body.
Wow.
Your body. Whatever's been going on with your body, you're coming into a real renewal season. Okay. Now that's the body. Emotionally, you're in the spring. Okay. So in the springtime, this is where you may be starting to really relearn how to be vulnerable. Trying to, I think you had a spurt of time where you were kind of emotionally numb, but now that's starting to heal as well.
Yeah.
Starting to reconnect with the inner you. What else? I think that you're starting to release a lot of the self-isolation stuff that you had going on. And I think that you're starting to trust. I think trust is starting to return slowly within you. And that's the spring of your emotions, okay? All right.
Okay.
So you want to look at that. Let's see what else we got here. The mental. Who else? What we got up here? Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tapping. Thank you guys for tapping. Appreciate you. So your mental season is in summer. The mind is in full summer. Now this is a good thing. Okay. So you're very sharp when it comes to your perception. All right. You do have a strong discernment. You can tell when somebody damn fucking with you, telling lies and bullshit. That's good.
Right.
Right? You can tell that. Right? But that's good because you're again, your mind is in summer. So this is good. So this is, you got heightened intuition. So you can be, you can tell, you can see through a jive ass like glass. And so that's a good thing. Also, you can recognize people patterns. You can be watching people for a minute and recognize what they're doing. You pick that up. Okay. You see? And then also you're in this phase where you're thinking big. There's something about you right now when you're looking at the big picture.
Yes.
What is the big picture and what I'm trying to do? And that's going to feed into why you're very highly creative right now. And also it can feed into why you have this inner clarity that's really starting to bubble up because the mind is in the right place. Okay, that mind being in summer is really preparing you for a lot of different things. Now, the mind is in summer, and guess what? The purpose is in summer. Okay, the purpose is in summer. So if your calling is already active. Whatever you feel like you're called to do, you're already actively in it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Whatever.
That makes sense.
Whatever that is, that your calling, you're already actively doing it. And the knowledge that you got in it is already pouring through. Okay. This is your leadership window. So if you're looking to try to head up anything or do anything, this is the right time to do it because you're stepping into your influence. I don't necessarily know exactly what that thing is, but whatever it is, the doors are going to open for you because you're ready for it right now. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're ready for it right now, and this is going to be very, very influential as far as life changing in your life. Okay. Now that's purpose.
Okay.
Your spirit is in the fall. Okay, so your spirit is in fall, which is a powerful thing. To be honest with you, it's a powerful thing because this is where all of the stuff that's been happening to you. This is kind of like why. You've been integrating decades of spiritual work, right? Of just over the years of just all you've been taught, what you've been through, and you're starting to release some of these outdated perceptions of who you are. Okay, and you're really starting to get into some deep wisdom. Okay, I think that you're preparing for a higher spiritual platform. I think that's coming. Maybe you're looking at becoming a teacher instead of a seeker, right? Okay, so that's what we call the sage season, right? That's when you're getting into, really your guru stage, right? Well, look at I don't learned enough now where I can start teaching. Okay, this is going to come. This is going to come to you between the ages of 44 and 45 years old.
Wow,
that major consciousness.
I'm already 45 in a couple of months, but I've been in my awakening since April of 2025, so I'm just starting out.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. So your relationships is in winter, my daughter. Okay, so relationships being in winter, meaning that it's a sticky situation. Okay, because you're trying to let go of some old connections there. And I think that these connections have been kind of pulling inwardly on you, and so you need to kind of get them out. I see you also have been creating some boundaries around these old connections.
Yes.
You got this zero tolerance type of ideal for drama. And so you don't want that no more. But I do see the old relationships falling away, and once you clear the field, the new people will arrive.
Okay.
And I think that you should get with your new tribe here around this time. Whatever's going on around late 2025, you're gonna find your new tribe. That don't mean your new boo. That just means your new people. Your relationship that's going to be supportive of where you are in life right now.
It's needed. It's definitely needed. This journey is definitely a long journey, and baby, you wake up to some things like so it's crazy. Okay?
Yeah, I mean,
this is crazy. But the most part that I've been having to work through really is, like you said, like that leadership role, that my fear, break it going into public speaking, all that. Like that's the main breakthrough I have to get through, which is really the fear. But I've been doing good because I put myself persistently and consistently on TikTok. You know, that's me preparing myself for those moments to come. Mm-hmm. So I'm so far so good as of now, like at least going on every day. Mm-hmm. You know, working out my fear, learning how to speak in the consciousness and everything, you know?
I'm going to tell you something. What you're going through only happens for most of us 2 or 3 times in a lifetime. And so you're going through a full transformation, right? Full transformation. And I mean from the body, being you know, coming into this, preparing your body for this new way, this new thing, your heart awakening, your mind being at its peak power, you know, your purpose being understood, all these things. But what I'm trying to tell you that most of us don't get nothing but 2 or 3 chances at this in a lifetime, and you are slap dab in the middle of your full transformation. So yes, this is rebuild. Yes, this is rise, but this is also radiating, right? This is also radiating. And I want you to continue to keep going, understanding that these things are going to work out for your good. Remember that these are different things in different places, but they're still silent. They're still working out for the good of those who believe in, you know, who I'm talking about. So at the end of the day, you stay understanding that, hey, look, I'm changing, I'm transforming, and I'm embracing it.
And it feels good, but it feels so good. I'm talking about the natural, like no matter what my resistance are, but my pull is still pulling me back to the same spot. Like the feeling is, and it's so welcoming. And even with my spirit team, I got the most support from them. Like I just feel supported. I don't need so much of the outside support, because I was a people pleaser, but oh my God, the feeling is just extraordinary. You understand? Like the sovereignty feeling I get is just beautiful, welcoming. It's just uplifting.
Wow.
And I feel it all the time.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
That's what you know, thriving, striving to keep going and moving forward too.
Now, and I'm gonna tell you something too. It's one thing for you to know your life, but like to come on my show and just give me a birthday, and then for you to know that nature is backing you. Nature is supporting you. God is with you in the. It's one thing for us to say God, but it's another one for you really like, no, I know that I'm where I'm supposed to be, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
I feel it.
And and you know, when you get that meaning and you get that identity and you get that sense of belonging, like, damn, bro, I just gave bro my birthday, but he kind of did out. But at the end of the day, God know me that well. Not me, because I still don't know you, Angel. You could have told me a bunch of lies. But nature knows you from the date of birth that you gave. And what I'm saying is that, damn, I belong to something greater than any man.
I'm trying to tell you. And that's what keep me even going afloat even more. But my ancestors and them got me. Yo, you don't know the feeling I get all the time over here. I cry more emotional with them because of the support of gratitude. Like, they make me feel. I feel different, but I feel good different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You understand? I don't feel nothing. I just feel it.
Right, man,
I feel every emotional attachment I have is a great attachment of a feeling, not a crying, you know, down and out crying, none of that.
Right.
I'm not even hindering all that no more. I'm feeling their support emotion feelings.
Wow.
And with myself.
Full transformation. You're in there, girl. You doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You in full transformation. All I can say is just embrace it. Just understand that you are changing. You're in your spiritual realm. You know, that transformation is that fall, right? Mm-hmm. So you're coming down this hill. You know, now here's the thing. We don't want to come down the hill too fast because you start rolling. So safety here is always a great thing. So you want to be a little slow paced, but this is a time of release. So this is a fall. Things are going to leave. But these things that leaving you is the bad old stuff, and the things that are coming is because you're preparing. It's just like I'm tilling the ground. I'm preparing to plant the seeds for the new season to come.
And I've been tilling the ground since I started, and that's how I speak on my page as well. I let everybody, this is not no fast pace. You take your time. I'm like a tortoise with the hair. I love my pace. I love how I move. I love how I take my time. I love how I'm embracing every moment of it. Like, you cannot rush it because I actually do the shadow work. So I know. So I'm been on both part of the spectrum. So the way I move, I am enjoying and literally embracing every moment of it. And no, I'm not moving fast because I don't care to move fast. This is not a fast-paced game. This is not no fast pace. You really got to process every goddamn thought, contemplating on, marinate your thoughts. I got to do it all. Break it down. I got to dissect. I got to do it all. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in it.
Respond. And then,
I'm dissecting myself.
Even when you look at longevity and everlasting life, that ain't quick. That's a slow pace, right? Especially if you're talking about longevity or everlasting life. You want me to live forever. I gotta pace myself, right? And pacing.
That's right. And I love the pacing.
Yeah, pacing yourself is the biggest thing. And also pacing gives you the right amount of peace. And again, I tell people this all the time. Yes. Focus on discharging throughout your day. Don't wait until the weekend to go binge drinking. Don't wait till the weekend to go binge eating. Don't wait till the weekend to go binge partying. Discharge every day. That way, when you start learning how to discharge,
that's right.
You don't need to smoke. You ain't gonna need to drink. You ain't gonna need this and that. Because when you start discharging every single moment of it, let's say every 2-3 hours you're discharging, right? You start seeing that you so geeked up that the stress ain't there to smoke. The stress ain't there to drink. The stress ain't there to eat and go kick it and go binge, because I'm doing it every day throughout my day.
Yep. And it's like a willing, it's like you're not being forced. It just flows you into the flow of everything. When you do it at a pace, you're flowing. You're not fighting. You may be in a constant battle with yourself because it's a healing progress, but it's still a flow of everything. Like, you know what I mean? Yes. That's what it's like. It's like a flow, a genuine flow too.
That's it.
That's what I like.
And see that flow, what I try to teach people is, when I went to the Navy, one of the things you do in boot camp is they throw you off this little diving board with your hands like this. Now you gotta swim.
Oh, I know. I was in the military too. Okay. I was in the army. I know.
You was in the army. But the whole key to that is they don't tell you this, but the key is you got to know how to float. But they don't say that at first. So they push you over and say, "Can you swim for 5 minutes without your feet touching the bottom?" And you know what? We know how to be black folk. We're gonna try to dog pedal. Your muscles gonna tighten up, and you can't do it for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then you learn that when your feet can't touch the bottom in life is deep. The waves of life are deep, and the currents of life are strong. So you got to learn how to float.
Absolutely.
You can't dog pedal in this water.
Right.
But that floating, in other words, means you got to have a sense of peace in the face of storm.
Yes. And let me tell you, I'm in NYC, so I know I have to grab and learn how to go within and learn peace within in the midst of the chaos every day. What? Please.
You gotta have that peace.
Let me tell you something. I'm proud of myself, how far I came, even being outside on the streets and working my way up, not even engaging in smoking so much or even popping a pill. I'm like a blunt type person that speak my truth, my testimony, and this is how I've been on my journey, literally, like, been reframing from everything, like just in the flow of my journey. It just been letting go in the flow, not me forcing anything to let go. I just let the nature take its course to allow it to be removed on its own, like literally.
Yeah, that's it. And that's and what we're gonna have to do here eventually is it's gonna be people like you and people like the young lady that I spoke with yesterday on the same subject. But we're gonna have to start teaching people how to stay calm in the boat. In the boat of life. In the boat of life, you just gotta learn how to stay calm. You gotta know. And so that's that thing of believing and knowing. If I know I'm gonna be all right, then I can literally be peaceful. But if I believe that I'm gonna be all right, I'm still kind of anxious. I'm still kind of worried. If I know that if I know that this thing gonna pan out, then I can literally get the peace. But if I say that I believe it's gonna pan out, I'm still worrying, I'm still second guessing, I'm still maybe looking at these other options. And so you're never really at ease. Life wants you to be at ease, not dis-ease, but at ease. Okay?
And that has been a battle. That's also the battle. That's the battle as well. You know, me constantly saying that, I'm going to work. Because like I just left my boiler job. I was working operating boilers. So before my awakening, boom, I got redirected. So me being redirected to where I'm at now, it's like me saying like, nah, I'm going to work. But they ain't trying to hear that. My team ain't hearing that. My teammate, you already at work. This your work right here. You ain't doing nothing else. This is you. This is going to be you, and this is it. And I go with the flow because they not lying. I don't want to work for nobody. I want to be my own authority, and I am my own thought. I am the blueprint, the key to my success. Yes, and I resonate with all of it naturally. You understand what I mean? I resonate with everything that's going on naturally of me learning who I am within.
Yeah. You're very receptive. You're very receptive of it.
Yeah.
And it is what is allowing you.
I love to go within. What? I'm just learning a whole new me. This like my set. This is like giving me a second chance in life again. The first life was a life of error, life of experiences, like you know your trial and tribulations and stuff. Fine, I call that life one. Life two, right here is going within me, learning a new me, self-identity, self-discovery, and boom, coming back up on top, getting myself together as a wholeness, and to revert back into my people of unity.
There you go.
That's what I'm here for.
There it is, man. Continue to keep growing.
You know what I mean?
Continue to keep growing. Continue to keep knowing thyself. We come on every day between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, you know, and look, you come on here, you learn, you grow. You come on the live, teach us what you know. And they just keep this thing going as a community, man, because we all need to lean on one another. And we get to that point where we need to be able to confide in one another, man.
We definitely that's the only way to go back to God, literally.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only way to go back.
Through communion, man. Through communion is the communication between ourselves and linking back up with what's natural within us. That's the key to it. But we all need to kind of know little different nuances of where we at so we can solve some of these issues that's keeping us blocked and programmed. But once we alleviate over these little acute blockages and these acute obstructions in our life, and then we can see that we can get over these sicknesses and we can get over this poverty and we can get over this social anxiety, man, we'll hit the ground running, man, and we'll be better humans and better species of everything, man. But I do appreciate you. I got to get up out of here.
Raise these frequencies and all that. That's right.
Yes, ma'am. We appreciate you, man, and we'll come back on tomorrow. If you got anything that you want to tell the people, you can before we leave.
Well, I appreciate everyone for tuning in and listening in, and wish you all nothing but abundance of bliss on your on this Sunday. So Ashe, people. Let's get it together, rise these frequencies and vibrations, and we are all energetically connected. One love.
One love. One love. Peace, sister. Yes, sir. All right. Peace. And on that note, you guys, man, this is going to be the end of our ride today, man. We love you guys. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Please go tell somebody about your homie HerbMan. And until next time, love HerbMan. All right. So if you guys are interested in anything that we said today, DM us and we'll get you the owner's manual. We'll get you the information that you need. Peace. Who's hey? Who's asleep?
No.
Okay.
I'm not sleeping.
So what you supposed to do when I call your name?
Huh?
What you supposed to do when I call your name? Man, get out of here, man. You fired. You are fired, man. You are